Yo, you know, to jump higher to dunk, and in basketball per se, it is different than other sports like parkour, like volleyball, like football, and I'm gonna get into 2 reasons why, and how you can use that to get your first dunk in and to start being an in-game dunker. Because some people want to get that first dunk, but you can use lobs to do that. You can use different things to get that dunk in, but that's neat. But to start getting to that level where you're getting in-game dunks, where people know if you enter into the paint, you're going to go up for a dunk, that type of thing, you got to train differently for it. You can't train the same. So let's get into that a bit. First of all, if you're trying to jump higher, be more explosive, you got to do all the normal things. That means include, your strength, your quickness, your technique, training your central nervous system, training your specific body. Very important. If you're not doing that, get the workbook already, www.jumpworkbook.com. That's how you can start training your sweet spot. But basketball specifically, what happens is people like, hey, I've gained 6 inches on my vertical, but as soon as I get a basketball in my hand, my vert, disappears. And the reason that happens is because jumping is a coordinated movement. And as soon as you put a new X factor holding a basketball, all of a sudden the movement is different. It's a completely different movement. And if you're not practicing with the ball, then you're not practicing that specific movement. It's kind of like try to jump off your left foot, now try and jump off your right foot. Your legs are probably the same strength, but you probably jump a lot higher off your left foot than your right foot, or vice versa. It's because it's a different skill. So no matter how strong you are, no matter how explosive you are, you have to be able to channel that through a specific skill. And in order to do that, you got to practice it, repetition. Same with, like, for example, snowboarding, skateboarding. You can lead with your left foot, but as soon as you go goofy, it messes your whole world up. So you got to train that skill so you can channel your explosiveness through the skill. So one thing to do is you need to be doing, a lot of you guys are doing, trying to touch the rim. You're doing lobs, trying to get the first dunk in. What you need to realize, you need to be doing more repetition with the ball. Some of you guys are holding the ball, and when you go up for your thing, you're holding the ball at your chest level. That ball, when you're going for a dunk, is going to be in between your legs deep, so you get a full arm swing. But that comes with practice, naturally. As you're practicing more and more with the ball, your body will realize, hey, it knows what the goal is. You'll start putting that ball deep in between your legs, getting a full arm swing out of it. And the difference between jumping with the ball and without the ball will become less and less. You'll start to get very comfortable with the ball. Also, palming the ball helps, but that's for another video. So you need to be practicing repetition with the ball over and over and over. That's one of the main differences, training to jump higher for basketball or to dunk, and training just to jump higher. That's one of the main differences. So put a ball in your hand. Even better, put a medicine ball and go every other. So medicine ball approach, and then a normal ball approach, then a medicine ball approach, and then a normal ball approach. That will start to get you more and more powerful. And one thing I like to do with a medicine ball is just take that sucker, aim it at something, a wall, and see if you can take it and just launch that medicine ball. Or rock is fine. I lived out in the country. I use rock and launch it. Then see if you can launch it further or higher. So you're actually training with a specific measurable goal and holding an object like a basketball or a rock. That will carry over into jumping with a basketball, or jumping to dunk, or jumping to get some in-game action. So the first thing, the first tip, the first secret, use a ball. Use a medicine ball, use a rock, measure how long you can throw the thing, but do a lot of repetition with the specific skill of jumping with the ball. And the second thing for how to jump higher with basketball or in basketball is your approach is different every time. In volleyball, it's nearly the same approach every time. If you're an outside hitter or if you're at the net, it's going to be very similar. If you're a long jumper or a triple jumper, you run the same exact steps. Then you run one is longer than the other, short, long, short. It's the same every single time. Well, basketball, You may Euro step, you may drop step, you may go up for a block with no step, you may go off one leg, you may go off the other leg. So there's a lot of dynamics involved in being a good jumper in basketball. That again will just come with repetition. So you need to be practicing specific movements coming from your left, coming from your right. I know for me, for a very long time, I could only get my dunks in jumping off my left to the right. But that's because that's what I always practice. I want to get my first dunk. Then I became a 2-foot jumper, and then later I'd be able to jump off my right foot. So it comes with repetition. You don't learn to skateboard in a day. It's impossible. You learn to skateboard by putting 30 minutes to an hour, hour and a half on the board every day, and then suddenly your body's like, hey, I know how to do this. And then your kicks get more powerful. You can skateboard faster and faster. Same is going to happen with jumping. You're going to master one, jumping off 1 foot. Then you're going to master jumping off 2 foot, always with the ball in your hand. Not always, but make sure you're getting just as much repetition with the ball in the hand as just jumping. So if you're not, some guys it's like a mystery. It's like, why when I put a ball in my hand, can I not jump? It's because you're never doing it. You do it like once and you're like, man, I can't jump with the ball in my hand. And then you throw lobs all day again. At the beginning, it's going to be, you're not going to like it, just like skateboarding at the beginning, you're not going to like it. But, eventually and with time, you're going to realize, hey, now I'm getting the feel for this. I'm learning where to place the basketball, how to get a full arm swing with the basketball, drive that ball deep in between your legs and get a full arm swing and hold on to that thing. So anyways, that's the two main things. If you're training mainly to dunk or to be a bad boy in the game, that's what you need to do. You need to get so comfortable with that ball that it's like a part of you when you're going up, that going up, you're holding on to that ball so tight and your arm swing so hard, somebody hits that ball, you're just going to power through their arms. That's the way you'll start to feel after a while. And once you add 6, 10, 12 or more inches on your vertical, you're going to start to, hey, if I get in the paint, I'm going up. I'm rising up over people. Or I get in the paint, I'm going straight to the rim. I'm going to try and dunk. And that's when things get fun. So anyways, guys, let me know if you found this helpful. If you have other tips, if you disagree, agree, whatever. And please like and share the video. If you don't have our free workbook, go to jumpworkbook.com, and I will chat with you guys later.